Negative and zero exponents, lesson 4.4 notes. Example number 2, continued. Starting with F. F is extremely similar to D and E. You notice how the numerator in F looks similar to the numerator in E. The only thing that's different is for D, we didn't have to worry about the numerator. For E, we didn't have to worry about the denominator. In this case, we have something to simplify in both the numerator and the denominator. So again, the parentheses side by side means multiplication, but we've got these outside exponents here, and exponents come before multiplication, which means we need to do power of product in the numerator. And we're going to have to do power of product in the denominator. So put power of product in the numerator, power of product in the denominator. I'm going to write over here my coefficients raised to the exponent. So for the top one in the numerator, that's going to be 4 to the second power. The denominator is going to be negative 2 to the fifth power. The 5g, we're not going to do anything with 5g to the fifth. We're not going to do anything with that, but bring it down. So 5g to the fifth. And then we have the power of a product. So 4 squared is 16. 2 times 1 would give me f squared. Seven times 2 would give me h to the 14th. On the bottom, negative 2 to the fifth is negative 32. I don't need parentheses down here because this is the only thing that's on the bottom. Multiplying my exponents, I'm going to have g to the fifth and h to the 20th. Okay, still need to simplify the numerator one more time by multiplying. Five times 16 is 80. So I'm taking 5 times 16, getting 80. Again, I don't have any repeating variables. There's a G, 1G, 1F, 1H. So I'm going to bring them down in alphabetical order. So that would be F squared, G to the fifth, and H to the 14th. On the bottom, I just need to rewrite it. So negative 32, G to the fifth, H to the 20th. All right. Now I'm ready to divide. Oops. Remember, when you're doing your coefficients, when you're simplifying them, you want to put it in as a fraction. So 30 over negative 32. Oh, sorry, 80 over negative 32. which is negative 5 halves. Negative 5 halves. So I'm going to put the 5 in the numerator, and I'm going to put negative 2 in the denominator. If you put the negative up with the 5, it doesn't matter. All right, I've got a g to the 5th in the numerator, a g to the 5th in the denominator. 5 minus 5 is 0. In other words, that would become 1. So I can just cross out my g to the 5ths. H to the 14th has the smaller exponent. And now I take 20 minus 14, and 20 minus 14 is 6. After you divide, you always rewrite. So I have 5f squared left in the numerator, and then negative 2, so I moved my negative out front, negative 2 h to the 6th in the denominator. And that is it for question F. If you need time, pause your video, make sure you have everything written down, every single step. All right, for G. For G, I can go right to dividing. There's nothing to simplify in the numerator, nothing to simplify in the denominator. I want to do everything inside the big parentheses first because I'm following my order of operations. So that means I'm ready to divide. So I'm going to put in negative 7 over 28. That gives you negative 1/4. Now, you can decide, you could put negative 1 in the numerator and a 4 in the denominator, because this is negative 1/4. Or you don't need to write the 1 at all and just put the negative with the 4, which is what I'm going to do. So you could put, cross both of them out. You could put negative 1 up here and a 4 down there. There's nothing wrong with that. Or you could just put a negative 4 in the denominator, which is what I'm going to do. Right, x to the 2nd has the smaller exponent. 6 minus 2 is 4. Y to the 4th has the smaller exponent. 9 minus 4 is 5. Divide, rewrite. Divide, rewrite. So the only thing left on top is e to the 3rd. On the bottom, we have negative 4, x to the 4th, y to the 5th. Now, I didn't move my negative out front because this isn't my final answer. Only on my final answer am I going to move that negative out front. All right. Then I'm still going to have this big set of parentheses with the, now notice that. That is a negative 4 on the outside. That is something we haven't seen before. Well, now that I've simplified everything on the inside, I am ready to take care of that exponent. But it's a negative exponent. So I need to make it positive. How can I do that? By taking this fraction and flipping the entire fraction. So what I would like you to do is I want you to circle this negative 4. And then real big, I want you to write, flip it beside it. And then on this side, draw arrows like that because we're going to take the entire fraction and flip it. So this down here will become the numerator, and this up here will become the denominator. So now the negative 4 x to the 4th, y to the 5th will move to the numerator, and z to the 3rd will be in the denominator. And now my exponent will be a positive 4. By flipping it, I got a positive 4. Now I'm ready to do power of a fraction. So I'm going to take this coefficient, raise it to the exponent, negative 4 to the 4th power. Negative 4 to the 4th power is 256. And now I multiply my exponents. 4 times 4 would give me x to the 16th. Four times 5 would give me y to the 20th. And then on the bottom, 4 times 3 would be z to the 12th. So again, 256, x to the 16th, y to the 20th, over z to the 12th. All right. If you have any questions so far on example number 2, please let me know.